What is up, my Lorcana Goons? Welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin. You're watching the Monday Market Watch. We do these every Monday and Friday, so if you like this content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it supports the channel. We talk about Lorcana news, Lorcana content, and new meta trends and whatnot. So, on today's Market Watch, I want to go over some stuff that's happening in the Lorcana universe. So it's D23 weekend, this weekend, if you didn't know. And the D23 is the celebration of everything Disney. It's a big fan event that's hosted in Anaheim, and because of that, we had the Lorcana team at the Angel Stadium yesterday, giving out free packs of Lorcana and promoting the game on the big screen in the stadium. Check this out. Here's some baseball fans collecting a free pack. And whatnot. I also heard that there was a lot of reps there letting people know, like, hey, if you pull like a shiny card, like hold on to it, you know what I mean? It might have some type of value. So who knows how many enchantments were given away, but it looks like they were giving away packs of Ursula's Return. This is an awesome shot right here. I'd love to see this. Pretty cool. I'm a baseball fan myself. Not necessarily an Angels fan. I'm more of a Dodgers fan personally. But to see this, see Lorcana, like that being advertised like at your local game is actually really cool. I even tweeted a comment right here and put awesome energy. I think it's pretty awesome. D23 is this weekend. They're giving away that D23 set at the convention, as well as an exclusive Mickey card and the those golden Mickey pins that we were talking about. So that's why they're advertising in here. And I also believe that they're going to be advertising the new gateway, item that's coming out on August 23rd at the Anaheim Packing District tomorrow night on Tuesday. So if you're watching this, if you're local to the Southern California area, and that's something you want to participate in, maybe bring your family along and learn how to play the game of Lorcana in Anaheim, that looks like something that looks really fun to do. So, but the Disney Lorcana Gateway is here along with set 5. This is basically a set that you can buy that comes with 2 decks, starting decks that allow you to play, show you how to play the game. It's looking like a starting kit basically for 2 players. So you can learn how to play the game of Lorcana, right? But that comes out with set 5, which comes out this Friday. So set 5 Shimmering Skies coming out this Friday. That would be August 9th. So if you want our booster boxes, you can find them for pre-order still for around $115. Go to your local game stores and see if they're doing midnight releases. Some of the My stores in the area are doing like a midnight release for the new set, which is really cool. And I believe they're going to be selling boxes for around this price, maybe a little bit less. Definitely below MSRP though. So that's always nice to see. MSRP for these are about $140, but you can find them for about $100 to $115. Maybe not necessarily $100, but $115 seems more like a reasonable price, right? So yeah, set 5, very excited for that. And to compare to the first chapter booster boxes, these have been going up in price actually, so I did want to go over this a little bit. When I saw they were giving out packs at the stadium, I was like, oh my gosh, let me check what kind of packs they were, because if they're first chapter packs, I was gonna freak out. But it's looking like they weren't. It's looking like there's gonna be a lot of Ursula's Return in circulation for the market at least. But for the first chapter, these prices have starting to go back up again. Lowest verified for a sealed booster box is going to be $225 with $10 shipping, so around $235. After that, they stick around that price. Echo Works has them for that price. Arena Games GA has them for $230 plus $7 shipping. Tornado Games has them for $240. So it's getting close to that $240 mark again. I feel like these were definitely hitting as low as $200, even a little bit less again at one point a couple weeks ago during that set champs run. At some stores, it looked like they had like a small restock of the first chapter, but again, it's looking like that's not going to be the case for very long. They're starting to go back up just a little bit again, right? And then so let's get into some enchanted news for the day. Last time we looked at this on Friday. This is Along Came Zeus enchanted rare. We looked at it on Friday and there was only about like 5 listings. Today there's only 8 listings, so there's still not that many listings for this enchanted, and because of that the price has been shooting up. It was around $100 a couple weeks ago, and since last week it just shot up to around $140. That was verified by Kennywick TCG is $140 with $5 shipping. After that, Forbidden Mountain has it for $145 shipping included. Shout out you guys for these low prices, because these start to hit $250. That's the highest listing already. At the bottom, $200 right before that by in-house games. So there's not that many available, not that many people are probably going to go out of their way, like rush to go buy an Along Came Zeus, but only 8 listings left for that one. And I do want to talk about the Queen Diviner, because we did see the results of the DLC Bologna this weekend. And by the way, shout out Dean Confum, my homie, a fellow Lorcana Goons teammate, for getting top 16 at that. he got top 8 at that event, actually. He won his golden Mickey, so that was freaking awesome. And yeah, and he got his invite to the European Nationals, so he's the first player to have his invite for the European and the North American Nationals. But the point is, the player who won that event was playing Ruby Sapphire with the Queen. He was playing the Queen deck that had a bunch of items. It was a very interesting deck list. I really liked that deck list personally, and because of that, I feel like there was a little bit of a spike in this Enchanted Rares sales movement yesterday. Check this out. We have like more than 10 sales for this Enchanted shoot, starting from around $62 from what is that, August 4th, all the way to $85. So it's jumped up about $20 in price overnight. Look, there was virtually no sales movement for this card. There was about one sale every couple days, but yesterday, bam, we have about 15 to 20 sales yesterday alone for this one Enchanted Rare because it was in the first place list. So now it's about $80. Lowest verified is going to be $85 plus $5 shipping, so around $90. You can go through a non-verified sellers like Lore Galore over here. He'll come up with some sales. They can get it for $80, a little bit less. So you can still get it for less than $100. Granted, remember guys, the format is changing literally on Friday. That the format in which the DLC Bologna was played is not the same format we're going to be playing starting Friday. So I don't know how good that Queen deck is going to be. I mean, I'm not necessarily underestimating this card. I think it could be just as good, but you know, is it going to be as in demand when that format starts? Maybe not. So I wouldn't rush to try and get this Enchanted. You know, there is hype right now behind that, so I think that is a little bit insane. Getting it for less than $100, I think for most Enchanted still seems pretty nice, but for something like this, I would for sure want to at least test out that deck to see how it plays into the new format before buying this card in Enchanted. And you can always get these cards in non-foil, and they're like $3. So, you know, it's really only if you want to spend that much money on that. That's enough for the Enchanted news. Let's go over some cards that I think are staples that you're probably going to be looking out for no matter what. Diablo Devoted Herald, still selling for more than $30. Plenty of non-verified sellers have them, though, for less than $35. We have 5 of 3 MTG for around $32 after shipping. If you want to go through a verified seller, though, we need to hit this near mint. Wow, there's a lot of light play Diablos already on the market. If you're going through verified sellers, though, we're going to have to go to the second page. Lowest verified is $35. So, but there's a whole first page of non-verified sellers who have it for less than $35. So I would say, you know, can pay around $32 for this card. I think it's an Emerald staple. I don't think it's going anywhere. Let me see what the cold foils are looking like today. Cold foils are still around $42. Okay, $43.98 by Metamorphic Cards with shipping included. Paradigm Games has you for $41.98 with $2 shipping. So not bad at all. Just about $10, less than $10 more for your cold foil Diablos. Beast Tragic Heroes kind of coming down in price a little bit. They're $40 now, which is nice to see. Sergio Collection has you for $40 on the dot with shipping included, and then another one by Winfast TCG for a near mint, $40.98 shipping included, so around $40 to $41 for your Beast Tragic Heroes. Look at this, there's only 18 listings left for the cold foils though, but these also came down in price to about $5. They were closer to 80, 85 last time I saw them. Cartelis has them for 75.02. After that, Modern Explorers Guild has them for 76.52 with $5 shipping. So there's only a couple that are less than 80, right? So there's still around 75 to $80 for your cold foil Beast Tragic Hero. I think it's still going to be very relevant next format. I get very tilted when my friends play that card on me, and Emerald deck's actually crazy. Rapunzel just continues to rise in price little by little. Lowest verified for a near mint Rapunzel is now $43.98 by K Fabe Cards for your cold foil, for your non-foil Rapunzels. And if you want cold foil Rapunzels, they are going to start at $72.98 with shipping included by NRG. So cold foil Rapunzels still in that $70 range. I feel like since the first chapter, these really haven't moved. The highest they ever were was like 120, and then we got all those restocks, and then they sat at $70 for cold foil Rapunzels. They've never really moved since then. Kita's looking real good right now if you bought them a couple weeks ago. Right now, lowest verified is going to be by Card Fox for $10.95, and then we have FRG Collectibles for $10.90 as well for your legendary Kitas non-foil. So if you got these weeks ago when they were around $5-6 still, then you're looking pretty good. Let's see what the cold foils are looking like. There's 61 cold foils, plenty to go around. They're $13.58. They've actually been going up as well with the non-foils, but you know, in my opinion, I say just get the cold foils. We saw how much Mufasa jumped up, you know, not that long ago last week. And I feel like $13.58 for a cold foil legendary when we're starting to see the non-foil hit as high as $11 to $12. That's a steal. You know, you might as well just get the cold foils, I think. Speaking of Mufasa, he's not only going up in cold foil, now the non-foils are going up as well. Our Age Collectibles has them for 17.78 for the lowest verified. After that, Card Fox 17.90. These are now $18 for non-foil Mufasas. No longer near that $15 range, getting very close to $20. Cold foils still only 66, sorry, still only 6 listings left. Lowest verified for a near mint is still $50.99 by Mystic TCG. And yeah, look at these recent sales. These recent sales, not that many really selling for 50 bucks, but mostly selling for 45, one for 49, 35, 49, 36, 40. It's looking like they're not really, people don't really want to buy them for 40, but when they get listed for that like 40-ish range, then they sell quick. So, you know, maybe selling them for 40, 45, 50 is probably nice right now. I don't think this is going to last. Like I just finished saying, we don't know what set 5 format is going to be like. I love this card, don't get me wrong, but I don't think 50 bucks for a legendary is something I would want to pay. I would rather wait until I see this 6 become maybe like a double-digit number or something. Then I would like to see the price of the card. Bell is really inexpensive right now. It came kind of crashing down. Lowest verified is going to be 1670 with 127 shipping by TCG Trading Co. So less than 20 bucks. And if you want to, but from a non-verified seller, Jimmy D. Wonka has them here for 1650, and they have 100% rating so far. So go hook them up. They have 2 of them too, so you can get a pretty good deal on your Bell Strange but specials if you want to play that in your deck next format for whatever reason. This card just less than 20 bucks. I haven't seen it less than 20 bucks in a minute. These were selling for easily 25 at the peak of the format when everyone was like playing Sapphire, but you know, less than 20 now. This is the Queen that I was talking about. That this is an enchanted rare. It also had some good sales movement this weekend after the player finished with this card in their deck after getting first place at the DLC Bologna. Check this out. We have some sellers data happening. So let's see. So we have ones for selling for $7, basically $6.97, and we have another selling for $2.99. Wow, that's a come up. I wonder what the shipping though. This is the shipping. Cold foil selling for $12. Recent comp $8, $6.67. $5. So lowest verified for the Queen, the Diviner, is going to be $6.95 by RS Card Sales. After that, $6.97 by Play to Win Games. So it's looking like it's now a $7 legendary, you know, compared to what? Compared to like a $2 to $3 legendary. So this is what's cool about like card games in Lorcana, right? Like if you had like, if you're like a card vendor and you just been like buying a bunch of these cards in at like $2, $2 because they're really inexpensive legendaries, today all your $2 buy-ins become $7. You know what I mean? $6, $7, and like that stonks right there. I think that's what's really cool about card games, man. Like it really does put bread on the table for some people. And then you know, people just have to like experiment with decks. You know, you see results with non-meta decks. This really isn't a meta deck. This isn't really the build you think of when you think of like Ruby Sapphire. You know what I mean? Cold foils are pretty cheap for this card. $8.90 with $5 shipping by Odyssey Games. $8.99 with $5 shipping by Brothers TCG. So less than $15 for this cold foil. Definitely shooting up because these were around $5-6, so they kind of like doubled in price, which is cool to see. Maleficent Biding Your Time. Here's some hype for the next format. This card selling for more than $5 now. $5.10 with $1 shipping by Blastoise Cards TCG. And if you want cold foils, there's 21 listings left. Lowest verified is $7.98 with 125, and then $9.99 shipping included by all kinds of games. So it's a $10 cold foil and a $5 to $6 non-foil because the next format everyone is super excited for Hyper Aggro, right? Maurice's Workshop. This one's actually hilarious. This is so you played this card with the Queen Diviner. I should have put these together, but basically this card was played in the same deck. It got first place at DLC Bologna. Lowest verified now for the cold foils is going to be, let's see, check this out. Wow, $6.99 for your cold foil Maurice's Workshops. Check that out. Or if you want to pay $1 with $4.99 shipping, you can also get it by KT Collector. There's only 5 listings left. Who bought out all the Maurice's Workshops? Let's refresh this actually. I want to refresh this one because I want to see if it's changed from whence I've been recording. So let's see. So Fishbone. Wow. Okay. So Maurice's Workshop. Now there's only 4 listings left. Lowest verified is still $6.99. But before that, we have One Mind Gaming $250 with $350 shipping, and then it says high as $10 at the bottom of the page. This is a rare, and there's only 4 listings left. What is going on, my goons? I can't believe when this happens. I can't help but laugh, bro. I have a bunch of these. I have a bunch of foils for this card because I was a Maurice's Workshop believer when in set 2 when Grandpappy came out. But very interesting to see. I wonder how high this card's gonna sell for. In my opinion, I don't think I'd want to pay more than $3, $4 for this card. Definitely not paying 10. But now that I see this, I kind of want to list some personally on TCG and see if they sell. All right, we got Flynn Rider kind of coming down in price, no longer really in that $6-7 range, as low as $5.15 by Cascade Games. I honestly don't know if you play Flynn Rider next format in Ruby Amethyst. It seems pretty hard to play. The cold foils are still kind of expensive, $12. Hyper Slabs Games Co. If I had a bunch of these, I would get rid of them personally. And here's some cards that I'm picking up as I prepare for the new set that comes out on Friday. I'm looking for Rafikis. I'm buying in Rafikis because I'm thinking I'm going to be playing Rafiki next format. This card kind of came tumbling down. It was around $2 to $3 at one point during the peak of like set 3 format, and now you can find them for like 18 cents with $1.27 shipping. So that's just for the non-foil. For the cold foils, they're as low as $1.65 with $1.27 shipping, so about $3. And I get the feeling we're going to be playing this card to combat the hyper aggro. Like as a Ruby Amethyst player, like I'm thinking of what one drops you can really play, and Rafiki is the one that I always gravitate to alongside like something like Gaston on turn 2 to stop the Daisy, right? Merlin Go is definitely going up in price because of the prevalence of people wanting to play hyper aggro next format. That new yellow purple deck is insane. Go check out Manable Harka's video on that. So he just explains how the deck is played and how it works very well. Lowest verified is going to be 623 with 122 shipping now for your cold foil Merlin Goats, so around $7 now. These used to be like $5 and they're slowly going up. This is a cool card that I wanted to go over that's coming out on Friday. So these are the cards that I'm looking out for personally on Friday. So if I see these cold foils, I want to pick them up for as low as possible. I'm not going to pay $3-4 for them on Friday, I'll tell you that right now. But if I can just like trade for these on that Friday, these are the ones I'm looking for. Amethyst Chromacon, I really like this card. I think it's going to be really good in the future of Lorcana, potentially very good in hyper aggro, so I want to collect foils for these. I definitely want to collect foils for Pete Games Referee. It's an uncommon. It's probably going to be a pretty cheap uncommon, maybe like Flynn Rider or something, like $1 to $2, maybe even $3, depending on how popular the deck is. But man, I want to have cold foils for these because this just looks like a staple for the future of Lorcana forever. Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom, a very important card that makes the hyper aggro deck insane. I didn't even read these effects, I'm sorry. So when you play this character, opponent can't play actions at the start of their next turn. You play this on turn 6, they can't be prepared for you on turn 7, basically. Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom. Gain 2 lore. It's as simple as that. You play the card, you gain 2 lore. This makes hyper aggro decks very powerful in my opinion, so I'm going to be collecting these in cold foil even though they're just commons. I get the feeling this could have that, potential in the future to just be an expensive cold foil. Daisy Duck, Donald's Date. Obviously, this is one of the most hyped cards in the format. It's a super rare. It's not going to be $20 when it comes out. We've talked about this, but I do want to collect the foils because I get the feeling these could be as expensive as Flynn Rider foils. Flynn Rider foils right now are around almost $15. They were almost $20 at one point when that hype was peaking. So I feel like cold foil Daisy Ducks could see the same fate at some point. So when the set first comes out, a lot of the card prices are kind of up and down. So I'm just going to be trading for these cards. Clarabelle, don't sleep on Clarabelle. I think this card is as good as Sad Beast. And remember, Sad Beast came out when Beast Tragic Hero came out. People were sleep on it. That card was like $15, $10, $20 at one point for the longest time. So when this card comes out, best know I'm going to be looking at the price for this. I'm going to be trying to trade for this card. I think this card is really good. Prince John's Mirror, I think, is a little overhyped, but still a very good card. Overhyped meaning I think it's going to definitely have its place in the format, but it's not going to be like the end-all be-all of the deck. Either way, I want these in cold foil. I want to be able to have these. I get the feeling these are going to be as sought after as like Fishbone Quills, Maui's at some point because this looks like a potential staple in Emerald, whether you're playing 2, 3, 4 of them or something. Chicha, Dedicated Mother. This card comes as a promo. I just learned this, but either way, I'm still going to pick these up as cold foils because I just think these cards are really good. And then Scar, Vengeful Lion. This is another card. It's probably these cards are all going to be really cheap. They're not going to be $5 for the non-foils. I get the feeling for cold foils, I'm gonna try and find them like $2, $3 on opening weekend. So I just want to be able to have these in my inventory. I want to trade for these. I think these cards are going to be very good. Most of these cards basically have draw abilities. Whenever one of your characters challenges a damage character, you draw a card. That's what this Scar does. Chicha, whenever you ink for the second time, you draw a card. That's really good. Prince John, if your opponent has more than 3 cards at the end of their turn, they discard their entire hand. That's the Mare. Clarabelle, at the end of your turn, if your opponent has more cards than you, you draw until you have the same amount. So all the draw cards, yeah, whenever draw cards come out in Lorcana, my goons, you best know I'm going to be trying to farm those in the beginning of the opening weekend. So there's some advice for you. Shimmering Skies comes out on Friday. I'm super excited to move on with the format. I'm super excited to have Bucky gone from the format as well. I can't wait to play new cards. I can't wait to see what the new meta is looking like. Stay tuned to Lorcana Goons for more videos throughout this week. I'm going to be dropping some videos about the new cards in Shimmering Skies, the new decks you can play, etc., etc. So if you like that content, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned to Lorcana Goons. I will see you goons next time.